Some men will play games. You're probably thinking they all play games, but no, some men. But in this context, it's not playing games to manipulate you, hurt you. It's not with ill intention. It's for the sake of trying to figure you out, trying to understand what he's getting himself into. And so there are men out there who will do these little tests to try to gain information and perspective on what kind of woman you are. Now, I think the argument can be made that everyone is testing to some degree. And again, testing isn't always this direct action being taken to gain a certain reaction to it, but sometimes just paying attention to certain scenarios and how you react, how you handle it. And I think, again, as women, you probably do that as well. But I want you to be aware of these possible different areas that are being examined and looked at. And I do want you to understand that, let me make clear, I don't co-sign playing games in any kind of way. And I'm going to give y'all some stories of tests that I thought were completely ridiculous, all right? But it's what happens. So let's break some of this stuff down. And real quick, be sure to like this video and subscribe to this channel. So one of the first and big ways, especially in today's world, that men will test women is in regards to how you are with money, all right? So let me tell you a story real quick. So I remember this one guy, and supposedly he was like a network engineer. So he was making plenty of money, right? And he went on a date. And on his date, he purposely shows up in this bummy car, all right? I don't remember what kind of car it was, but it was a cheap, old, paint chipping, like just a bad car, okay? And dressed any kind of, decent, but nothing too special. Mind you, again, the man has a much nicer car, makes plenty of money. Went on a date with the woman, to see how she would react. She ended up, the date didn't go well. He drops her. And to him, it was like, I need to see if a woman's going to like me for me and not my car. Now, here's the thing. Though I understand the concern a lot of men have where some women may be after their money or like them more for their money, I still view that test, that game that he just played, as ridiculous. To me, if that's not really who you are, then it just doesn't make any sense. And to not think that even though a car should not be used against someone, all right, I do think that how you take care of or not take care of your car can be a reflection of certain aspects of you, especially as a man. I think that's just a reality, all right? And so I think it's not unreasonable for a woman to look at that and have some second thoughts about, okay, he doesn't even take care of his car. He doesn't have reliable transportation. Is he even ready for a real relationship right now? That might sound harsh to some people, but I think it's a fair thought. But the point here is men will do things like that, whether it be purposely going Dutch on the first date. Some guys, again, I think it's ridiculous, purposely saying, I left my wallet, not because he was unwilling to pay. He just wants to see how you're going to react to it. There's this, I don't want to say the word ridiculous, but there's this fear by so many men of women wanting their money. Now, let me say this. One of the reasons why I think it's a little ridiculous or unnecessary is because, I said the word ridiculous myself, I wouldn't say it. But one of the reasons I say it's unnecessary is because I feel like as a man, there are so many other ways to evaluate a woman's character and if you guys are truly on the same page and if it's genuine without having to resort to these little things. I also think that you never want to do tests that paint a different picture of you that isn't accurate, because now you're getting someone who may like that version of you and you don't realize they actually won't vibe with the better version of you. So to use that same example, all right, is basically like this. If I'm the guy and I show up and I know I'm a guy who likes to live lavishly, let's say, And I like the finer things and all that kind of stuff. But because I want to test a woman, I come there, bummy clothes, bummy car, whatever, just trying to paint this completely different image. And let's just say that woman actually likes the simpler things. Maybe not bummy. Let's not use the word bummy. But she likes the simpler things. She doesn't like all the fancy. She thinks guys with expensive cars are turnoffs. So she all likes that version. And then now you show up with your nice expensive car and all the finer things. And she's like, this is not the life I signed up for. Anyways, I'm going a little off track. To bring it back, the bottom line is men will try to figure out how you are with the money. And I was going to mention this at the end, but I'll mention this even now. Like, don't overthink it. I don't want women hearing this and then saying, okay, well, just so he doesn't think I'm about the money, I'm going to ask him to go Dutch. Because the same way I just explained that if he presents a false representation of himself for the sake of trying to figure you out, he can set himself up for a situation that doesn't work best in the long run. So if you as a woman say, okay, well, to counter this test, I'm going to agree to pay my half so he doesn't think I'm about that money, when in reality, that's not the type of life you want to live. You don't want a 50-50 relationship with a man. Then you're setting the tables for something that he might think, oh, okay, I'm cool with this. I'm not cool with the real version that you want. So it is a mistake to try to counter any of these tests I'm about to lay out for you. You've got to stay true to yourself throughout all of this and accept when two people are just not on the same page. But yes, money is another big example. But something just hit my spirit, so I have to mention it. I gave y'all the test on when he's looking to see how you are with money in regards to what kind of woman he's getting, right? But please also understand there's going to be some men who test you as far as how much money they can get out of you. All right? There are going to be some men who are going to throw out let me borrow this, or I have to invest in this, to see how willing you are to finance them, essentially, and how far they can keep pushing. And what you'll notice is they ask once, all right, let's say everything goes smoothly. And I'm not even saying you should have given them the money. I'm just saying, if you choose to, things go smoothly, all right. But then he's asking again and again, because he tested you the first time, he saw how far he can go, and now he's going to keep pushing the boundaries. I literally had a question today in my coaching group about when a man in this situation, the guy was buying her gifts, treating her nice, but always asking her for money. And I'm like, yeah, so he's probably asking you for a couple $100, taking 20 to buy you some flowers to keep you happy and shut you up while he's still using your money. And the way you know if he's trying to use you is, does he keep doing it? Does he consistently ask you for it? So anyways, the point is there are men who are testing to figure out if you after their money, and there's going to be men who test you to see how much money they can get out of you. Be aware of both, but stay true to who you are and what you're comfortable with. Hey, thank you for watching this video. Be sure to check this one out right here, and I'll see you there. Some men are just lying, manipulating, no good, good for nothing, horrible people looking to take advantage of you. And the reality is that I do not want you getting caught up with that kind of man.